morning and welcome to the NBA Daily for December 1st, 2025. I'm Dave DuFour here with Zena, Keita, and Baraheni. Coming up, we hit the quarter-way mark of the season. We figure it's a good time to check in on the awards. Well, the algorithm says that too. And we're going to catch up on the NBA Cup and try to pick some winners before the playoffs start. Good morning, everybody. What's up, guys? I hope you had a good holiday.
Morning.
What up?
Yeah.
The playoffs. That was a great word to use for the cup. We're respecting it
That's
here.
Right.
Yeah,
around here, we respect the cup. I don't have my towel from last year, but I should be waving it right now.
What a memento.
I use it as a placemat for my moisturizers and hand creams and all that. It's great. It's great for that. Just letting you guys know.
I will admit, it is a dog towel. So my dog, my dog is one of these dogs that when he drinks water, his whole face goes into the water bowl.
Oh, I know exactly. Because my dog is the same way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, if you walk around in socks or slippers, that's awful because they're soaked. So I've been trying to teach him to wipe his own face, and I use the NBA Cup towel. Shout out, because we respect the cup this house. All right, we're going to talk about that after the break. But guys, look, we've hit the quarter of the way mark of the season. The Thunder are now 20-1, well on their way to that 70-win season. Actually, did I undersell them with 70 wins?
Maybe
80.
Very valid.
It's kind of feeling like it. Anyway, this is a great time to check in on the awards, because I do think things are really interesting. And oftentimes we feel like the awards are wrapped up by now. And so let's check in on some of the races. I actually think that, usually we would say we'll save the MVP for last. It is the most interesting award race to me. And there is a legitimate race for MVP. Coming into this year, I think I was along with the consensus. Hey, Nikola Jokic, no way you're winning another one. Shea, your team is so good. It's going to be really hard for you to, go back to back. I just disagree with myself at this point. I think one of those two guys is likely to win it.
Yeah. I mean, I think, it's early and we do this whole thing where we're predicting it a month in, but I think it's SGA's award right now.
I agree with that.
Like
Based
20.
on, yeah.
20-1. How do you dispute 20-1?
Right.
The best defense in the league so far. They just got Jalen Williams back, by the way. Welcome back, J-Dub. They've been doing this without their second best player. And a lot of it is because of SGA, who is also, by the way, I think having his best season. He's doing it on 30 points per game, doing his 40% from the 3-point line, which was always the thing about him. It's like, can he be that consistent 3-point threat? He's obviously elite as a mid-range scorer. He's an elite free throw shooter. He's also a great defender, which I know people will harp on when it comes to Jokic. So I don't know. I feel like it's not that much of a discussion right now. I know what Jokic is doing is impressive, but what OKC is doing, what Shea is doing on top of that, the best player, best team, it feels like a simple conversation to me.
Yeah, I'm with you on the best player, best team. I feel like that's what the MVP conversation has always been about. But when you look at the numbers, it supports Shea as well. The interesting part about it is, Dave, you started the season, I think actually opposite of me. I was like, Nikola Jokic absolutely could still win an MVP this season, just because last year he didn't win it.
Right.
And what was happening last year? He had even better numbers than he had it in his MVP year. And so I knew it was going to be a race. I still don't count Nikola Jokic out of this, but SGA feels like the obvious choice, not only because of everything that S just laid out, but particularly because he's a two-way player. Like that best defense aspect, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, out of everyone that's in the conversation right now, is still in the top 2 in steals and blocks.
Yeah.
On top of being this offensive production powerhouse for OKC. Giannis is the only person that I would say comes close to what Shai is doing, but let's look at the Bucks record versus OKC.
That's right.
There's your difference.
Yeah. I will say that our friends at BetMGM and the NBA's own MVP ladder disagrees with us, because they all have Nikola Jokic as the front runner right now. I mean, he's averaging a 30-point triple-double. The numbers, as we say every single year, the numbers are just, at this point, video game numbers. They're hard to wrap your head around. Let me run through the top 5. Again, thanks to our friends at BetMGM. Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is second, Luka Doncic third, Giannis Antetokounmpo is fourth, and Cade Cunningham fifth, with Tyrese Maxey sixth. I do want to give him just a little shout there. I I think that list is pretty close to mine. I would probably, like I said, I would move Shea to 1, Jokic 2. I think Luka, what he's done this year, the number of 40-point games that we watched him have, and they haven't been fully healthy there either. And we talk about winning, and man, the Lakers have just won games when it doesn't feel like they should. Now 14-4 as we head into Monday. I mean, I think Luka as sort of this dark horse, if the Lakers are the, 2 or 3 seed, he's probably going to have an argument.
Yeah, I mean, he's scoring like anybody, like 35 points per game. You mentioned the multiple 40-point games, but like he's also doing it ridiculously from 2-point land. So he's getting inside the arc. That little like step back mid-range jump shot that he has is butter. There's really no one that's able to stop him or Austin Reeves. And now you add LeBron James as a third fiddle. Crazy to say, third fiddle. But like his efficiency is going to go up too. So that'll help his case MVP wise. Again, it's just hard when Jokic is leading the league in rebounds, leading the league in assists, right. Also averaging 29. And then SGA is, as we said, best player, best team. How do you beat those cases? That's the question when it comes to Luka, right? Y'all,
I'm not going to lie to you. As we're talking, the Luka case is getting stronger.
It's good. It's a good case.
It's getting stronger.
Yeah.
And it's of course, we got to look at how the Lakers end up playing out. But Shea's played 20 games. Luka's only played 14. That's noticeable, of course. But leading the 35 out of that group of Shea, Nikola, and Luka, Luka's leading them in that 35 points a game.
Yeah.
But he's also got the total rebounds of 8.5. The assist is at 9. He's close to the triple-double, and he actually has the same number of the stocks, the steals and blocks. So he's actually doing some things on defense as well. Only thing that he doesn't have over Shea, his three-point percentage has not been hitting this year. He's at 34%, whereas Shea is at 42%. The case is strong for Luka. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about, it's not better than Nikola, but it might be. This is tough. Let me just wait. Now,
look, I'm just
saying. I see
saying,
what you're saying, Dave. This is getting interesting.
The Thunder just got J-Dub back is like half of the case with
which
SGA.
Is completely unfair. I mean, yes, let's take a team that's 19-1 and we're going to give them just supercharge them with an all-star, all-NBA guy.
Their answer is going to be, listen, Isaiah Hartenstein is not playing right now, so listen.
Exactly.
They've had a lot of ins and outs.
Right.
They've had some ins and outs in their roster as well.
Yeah, there's always somebody out. Okay, guys, this one, a little bit surprising to start the year. Rookie of the year. If you asked me right now, I'm saying Con Knippel's the rookie of the year so far. I mean, he hit that big shot the other night. He seems to just come in and he looks like Klay Thompson as a shooter. Yeah. Knows where to be all the time and was just ready to play day one. Obviously, a different role than the other names on the list that we're going to talk about, like Cooper Flagg, struggled a little bit out of the gate. But our friends at BetMGM disagree with me on this one too. They've got Cooper Flagg still as the favorite, which maybe not wrong. It's not like he's not having a good year.
Yeah, no, he's starting to figure things out again. I mean, he had his best game of his career against the Clippers. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of players can say that right now because the Clippers look terrible.
Yeah.
But Cooper took full advantage. Like, it was kind of funny because the Clippers were wearing their orange uniforms and they looked like traffic cones while Cooper was operating. It looked like he was having a field day in practice. But no, he was awesome in that game. He was like getting to his mid-range spots. He was using his athleticism. He's also a great rebounder, like doing all the little things that we know Cooper is able to do. I think right now, as things stand, the other Duke player in Con Knippel is winning Rookie of the Year. But long season, and Cooper is figuring it out. They're playing more guards next to him. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that like in 3 months, we'll be saying Cooper is the Rookie of the Year.
I think the main difference right now between Cooper and Con, for me, Con has made an identity as a killer. Mm-hmm. Like, he is someone that can come in, he can win games, he can take the team on his back, get to his spots, put up his shots. He's not right now, and it's unfair to Cooper because he's been put in this position where he had to early in this season be a distributor. He had to be a facilitator, and that was a little bit not necessarily out of his box, but it was outside of what he's probably been expecting to be in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he had to adjust to that. So I'll give him credit. But Con Knippel, I don't know what he expected going into Charlotte. I don't think any of us expected him to have to be the guy, especially with LaMelo's absences early in the season. But man, like he has fully owned that identity. And I think that's enough for me to look at him and say, that's a rookie of the year. Because for me, that title is all about, of course, the performance early in your career, but it's also about you are so young and you're not supposed to be capable of immediately entering into a role and impacting a team and impacting a team's winning and impacting a team's competitive level, or competition level. But that's exactly what Khan is good for. And I give that to him.
He's mislabeled, right? Like I think Khan coming out, he was mislabeled as like, all right, this is like a good shooter who can do a little,
yes.
right? And like, don't get me wrong, he is a great shooter. He's shooting 40% on nearly 8 attempts a game, or actually more than 8 attempts a game to start the season. That's elite, but he's also getting downhill. He's getting to the basket. He's aggressive. He's looking for a shot in the mid-range area.
He's smart too.
He's a very heady player. So like he works as the screener in guard screening actions with him and LaMelo or him and Colin Sexton. He had a huge shot against the Raptors to tie the game and send it. It's overtime.
They're running plays for him after they're benching LaMelo and Brandon Miller. Right? Like he's got the coaching staff trusts him and they're seeing him every single day. I mean, and this is one of the things about Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg doesn't get the chance to fail early on if Jason Kidd and the coaching staff didn't like what they saw in practice. Right. And so, a little bit of this for Cooper Flagg is that it's the expectations versus the reality.
100%.
And Zena, I thought you made a good point. Once he settled and same thing, once he got guards around him and he was able to come just be this monster, this finisher. Then you get to see him as a secondary playmaker and things like that. Was there anybody else in the rookie class? I mean, Dylan Harper, missed so much time. I feel like he probably would be in this conversation. But anybody else that you guys feel like really belongs near Khan and Cooper?
Yeah, look, I think there were really good starts for Cedric Coward and for VJ Edgecombe. And I agree with you that if Dylan was healthy, he would be in here too. But keep an eye out for Derek Queen because the Pelicans have handed him the keys, right? He's their number one guy now. He's running all the offense and like the usage will be there for him to get a lot of opportunities, put up numbers. You guys know I'm a big fan of DQ. So I just putting it out there, man.
He's also got a game that's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's hilarious. You say Queen because Queen's on my list as well. I was definitely going to say VJ Edgecombe, but Fears is on my list.
Yeah,
Jeremiah Fears, literally just got to see him live against the Warriors. So fast.
Insane.
You know how we're complaining about the pace of the league right now? Blame Fears. People like him. He's so fast and also really good on defense, makes great plays. Like he's so competitive too. I mean, he got ejected in that game against the Warriors. Both those rookies, keep an eye on them. If they can find a way to close some games, they'll start creeping up this list. I don't think they're going to outdo the Duke guys, though.
Yeah. If there's one thing Troy Weaver can do, it's draft players. Just listen,
these guys are talented, and we're going to continue to make fun of the Pelicans for trading away next year's pick. But these guys are pretty good.
They're good. Yeah, they're good.
Okay, guys. The last one that I really think is kind of interesting right now, as we're a quarter of the way through the season, Coach of the Year. And this award is often about, again, expectations. If you take a bad team and you can get to the play-in, you got a shot at Coach of the Year. If you take a good team and you make them great, you can win Coach of the Year too. It's a unique award. And this year, right now, JB Bickerstaff is our front runner for Coach of the Year. And, Zena, look, we've been on the Pistons since last season. We talked about how JB Bickerstaff came in there, breath of fresh air, just completely changed their entire mentality and approach. This feels like the front runner to me too.
Okay, so before I get into my thoughts, I want to put this out here in terms of how Coach of the Year is defined, because this conversation is interesting if you're looking at what's changed with the team versus what's changed with the players on that team.
Right.
Totally.
Okay. Yeah. So looking at the definition of what this award has been evaluated, it recognizes coaches for elevating team success, often through strategic innovations, player development, or overcoming challenges like injuries or roster changes. Okay. So thinking about last year, thinking about Kenny Atkinson, the whole thing was the strategic innovation. right? That the constraints-led approach that Alex Rama was doing, like it was genius that he was able to do that. We talked about who is still in that conversation too, though. Jamal Mosley. Why? Overcame the injuries and the roster changes and things of that sort. I love the idea of JB Bickerstaff, but where I'm looking and I'm like wondering, is it JB as much as it is the team also elevating and their play elevating, right? Like we're seeing Cade Cunningham come into his own.
Yeah.
Right. And we're seeing Jalen Duren come into his own. And I'm like, of course you need a coach to be able to funnel that growth, but I do feel like we're now finally seeing them reap the success of like just being patient. Whereas I look at Darko in Toronto and I'm like, this was someone that had to integrate BI into an already established system and really find a way to balance RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram. And I feel like that required a little bit more strategic and like innovation in understanding, making sure everybody knows what their roles are and what they want to do, especially on defense. So with that, I'm thinking JB is actually my close second.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Toronto for part of this definition, like a combination of player development and strategic innovation.
I don't even have to cape here. I don't even have to cape.
No, Darko, look, as a basketball coach, I'll just tell you, Darko he runs a lot of stuff and he's putting on an X and O's clinic pretty much every single night. Like you talked about the way that they've used BI. I mean, they clearly spent time trying to figure out how do we put him in the best position for us to win while he also is allowed to do stuff, because there's this thing where you can constrain players to a point where they just don't want to go out and do stuff. So you got to go along with them. I think he's done a really great job. We're not going to give you a chance to talk about this, unfortunately. I'm assuming you're going with Darko. I mean, I will say this. Let me run down the list real quick. It's
go ahead. I was about to do the same thing.
Darko, and then it's Mark Daigneault, Mitch Johnson, Eric Spoelstra. And, not to dismiss these guys, Daigneault is also interesting to me. Just being 20-1 after coming off a title, I don't think that he's done. It's not as impressive of a job as what Darko has done so far.
So I agree with you guys on the Darko case. You guys kind of made it for me, so thank you very much for that. But I ultimately, to add to your points about him kind of cooking on the X's and O's front, shout out to Samson. He made a video essay about this, but they are number one in out of timeout plays in terms of efficiency. So sideline out of bounds, baseline out of bounds, they basically consistently get a good look to start the season. They have reshaped their offense. So I completely agree with you guys that this is the award for Darko to win. The other guy that I'm looking at, though, and just to kind of be the devil's advocate here, is Eric Spoelstra. Because if we go back to that definition, they have completely changed their offensive philosophy. They're not running that many pick and rolls anymore. Tyler Hero's back, and he's trying to buy into the system, and he's saying he's willing to buy into what they do. This team is running like crazy. They are defending like crazy as well. They, in my opinion, are exceeding expectations. I didn't think the Heat would be as good as they are right now. Spo has forever been named one of the best, if not the best coach in the NBA, and he hasn't won Coach of the Year. If there is a year for him to actually do it, this kind of makes sense.
They've gotten so much buzz, too, about the changes in their offense, from us. And I will say one more name on the list, number 6, right behind Eric Spoelstra, who deserves so much more credit than maybe he's going to get, JJ Redick. For the same reasons that we gave for talking about Luka and his MVP run. I mean, what he's done with Luka missing time, with LeBron missing so much time, with their center rotation being, what it's been. I mean, they've had a lot of guys in and out. That offense is so much fun, and it is going place. I mean, with LeBron out there, it's completely supercharged.
This is why Coach of the Year is good, because I think to your guys' point, Darko has a very clear-cut case, but you could make these cases for these other guys.
Yeah, and that's why that definition, and that's why I wanted to read it out loud, because it completely makes you understand why an Eric Spoelstra is always going to be in the conversation, regardless of his personnel. He is always bringing that strategic aspect of it, right? And then I even look at Ime Udoka. You've got Amen Thompson, while Fred VanVleet is out, being your main point guard, but Alperen Şengün is really your main point guard, taking the ball up the floor, right? Seeing the player development that we've seen in Reed Shepherd. The guy that was at the end of the bench last year, like this is.
And
there's so many different.
Let's throw Jordan Ott in there for the Phoenix Suns. Did anybody here think the Suns would be as good as they are? They're defending well. Yes. I love the brand of basketball that they play. Colin Gillespie is hooping. Like, I don't know, man. There are a lot of Coach of the Year candidates. Jordan Ott. Good.
Jordan Ott is there
to throw.
A lot of surprises so far. Guys, stick around after the break. We're going to try to pick a winner for the NBA Cup. All right, we're finished with group play in the NBA Cup, and we're on to the tournament play. Guys, we're going to be in Vegas for the semifinal and the final. So if you're going to be out there, let us know. We'll see you outside or catch you in the arena. OKC, the Phoenix Suns, the Los Angeles Lakers, San Antonio Spurs, Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, Toronto Raptors, and New York Knicks have all moved on to the knockout stage. This is easy. Oklahoma City is clearly going to win the NBA Cup, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even
if they don't quite understand the format,
it's just
they got it.
Yeah, no, they almost won it last year, right? That's right. They almost, and look, there's still some guys on there, even though most of the dudes got paid and, Shea got his money and Chet got his money and J-Dub got his money. There's still some young guys there that could be getting some extra money.
AJ Mitchell's contract is way
he might
too
get
low.
His whole contract.
The rest of the team should maybe just give AJ Mitchell, their winnings because of how good he's been. I will say this though, OKC has to get through Phoenix, and Phoenix is tough, but we expect OKC to win that game.
Yeah.
But Lakers Spurs is interesting to me because we don't think that Wemby's going to be back for this. We're not sure. And the Lakers have been so good. If we wound up with a Lakers Thunder semifinal in Vegas on a Saturday, I don't know, guys. That I'm going to put
that's
my
a home game for the
hat.
Lakers, by the way.
I'm going to put on my conspiracy hat here. The best team, hottest team in the league against the Lakers in Las Vegas on a Saturday. Huh. Interesting. Could you script this?
Could you script it? I don't know. I mean, they won pretty handedly last time. OKC won pretty handedly last time they met up with the Lakers. Of course, they've made some adjustments and look a lot better these days than the last time they faced the Thunder. But yeah, either way, it's going to be a star-studded affair for the NBA Cup, which we have a lot of respect for. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Anybody from the East got a shot, S? I mean, look, your Raptors, we found out after their winning streak that they're actually frauds because they lost a couple in a row. They got really hammered by the Knicks Sunday, and they got to play the Knicks, in the tournament. Do the Knicks have their number, or are they going to be able to get through?
Yeah, no, they were. Look, I'll start shooting them some bail here. Second night of a back-to-back. No Jakob Poeltl, no RJ Barrett. They were undermanned, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm okay with it. I like their chances against the Knicks. The Knicks' specific scheme of we are going to run, we're going to shoot a lot of threes is an exact opposite of what the Raptors scheme defensively wants to do. And so it's a tough matchup for them. If there's one team I'm kind of looking to in the NBA Cup, truthfully, from the East side that can make some noise, it's the Heat.
Yes.
It's the Heat.
I'm with you.
Look, you have Spo, who I vouch for, is probably the best coach in the NBA. They have this funky style that single elimination basketball. You can run and gun. You can get up a lot of points. The pace is fast. I don't know. I kind of like the Heat.
Are you saying Tyler Hero is tournament tough?
He's tournament tough. Yeah, he's built for it.
They actually, it's a really good point. I mean, whether it's Norman Powell, Tyler Hero, they have these kind of microwave scores.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That are built in, and their microwave scores are built for these type of things. This is why AAU tournaments were so fun, right? Because you just never know in those type of moments where it's one and done, who's going to show up in that moment. And I really feel like the Heat, looking at their personnel, have more of those type of players on their roster than anyone else in the East.
We got to come up with something like March Madness for the NBA Cup tournament. I wish it was like that. I wish the NBA did have that thing where you get into these weird tournaments and all of a sudden
once they start,
it's guards matter so much. Kemba Walker is going to win 12 straight games.
Everything. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, unfortunately, NBA games, it's tricky.
once they start incorporating Barcelona and Real Madrid and Bayern Munich into this NBA Cup, it'll be a lot.
I'm just
like
going to go ahead and be a front runner on saying that is not happening ever. You have international basketball windows happening right now. So like there's FIBA World Cup qualifying. By the way, shout out to Gio Shermadini, who played his last game for the Georgia national team over the weekend. But you just have too many competing things happening this time of year. And the EuroLeague added a bunch more games. So, like, the NBA is going to have to get in line for those guys. The NBA Cup, as it stands, is great. I don't think it needs
really
anything
well
else.
done.
Yeah. Okay, so OKC, we're unanimous here.
I don't think anybody else has a shot. I would love to come here and say the Raptors are going to win it all, but no, I don't think OKC is going to win it all.
I just can't figure out when the Thunder are going to lose their second game.
I think maybe if Wemby comes back for that Christmas game, there's a shot. That's like the next one where they might lose.
Yeah, they play the Spurs 2 games in a row, so they play on the 23rd and on Christmas Day. Maybe there's a chance the Spurs can catch them sleeping on one of those days.
Yeah.
Remind me, did Shea play well in the NBA Cup last year?
He played well in their semifinals.
Yeah, the semi,
but not
semis.
the finals, right? No. And I feel like that's not the first time we saw
Shea,
that, right?
Look, NBA he played Cup well revenge game coming.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know if that, or it could be the opposite, which is...
Oh, wow. The lights are too bright for Shea.
That's a joke. That's a joke. No, we'll see what happens. But that could be the only way that OKC takes an L in the NBA Cup, is if they have an off night and someone takes advantage.
Well, Davion Mitchell, you never know. Never know.
There you go. Off night.
Could run into him in the final. All right, guys, let us know in the comments on YouTube, who's your MVP right now? Who's your coach of the year? Who's your rookie of the year? And who's going to win the NBA Cup? Because I don't know. I think OKC has got this thing locked up. But that's going to do it for the show, guys. Thanks to Baraheni and Zena Keita. I'm Dave DuFour, and this has been the NBA Daily. Thanks for waking up with us.